Hey Zach, Micah Collins here, and in this video, I'm going to show you the two things that will set your company above your competition, not waste any of your time or mine. All right, so you're probably sitting there asking yourself, why am I even doing this and what's in it for me? Well, the truth is, oftentimes in the world of the internet, I have found that a lot of local business owners are simply too busy running their own business to learn how the internet can benefit them and actually move the needle for their own business. So I have found that by giving people this easy free attack plan of things that they can do themselves for free, it results in some of those local businesses still raising their hands at the end and saying, you know what, Micah, I like you. Why don't you just take care of this for me? So, but if by the end you like this video, you can see I have a lot of tricks on my sleeve that can help impact your business. Just shoot me a quick message and we can chat. Or if you simply want to take these two things and do them yourself, I'm totally cool with that. Whatever's best for your business right now. All right, without any further ado, let's hop right into the two things that will separate you from your competition and not waste any more of your time or mine. All right, so for the purposes of this video, I'm just going to be going over comparing you to a close competitor, David Fry's Roofing, mainly focusing on the Norman area. I'm not going to be focusing on the big Oklahoma City area for right now. We're just going to target one area right now at a moment, or the Lawton area, just looking at the Norman, okay? So if we hop over here to your website, it looks really good, like has a very high quality design and all that. So I'm not really going to talk too much about your website design. Now, what I am going to, if I was to nitpick, what I am going to say is you have two service areas in one home page. This is not good for SEO. Let me just say you're losing a lot of potential calls because you are putting these two areas in one page. Instead, I would separate these into two home type pages, like whichever one's your main, do that as your homepage, and then do like a slash and then whatever. You know, if Norman's your main area, do slash Lawton, or if Lawton's your main area, do slash Norman as your Norman page. Okay. All right, so if we hop over to this little tool I use, it's called Ahrefs.com. You can get it for yourself for about $200 a month, but I love it because it allows me to see exactly behind the scenes why you aren't getting the calls online that you could be getting exactly right here. If we look over here, we can see that you're ranking for 4 organic keywords. So what a keyword is essentially, Zach, is that like for instance, I'm in the Tulsa area. If I'm looking for a roofing company, I'm going to look up roofers near me or roofers in Tulsa, Oklahoma, roof repair, Tulsa, Oklahoma. I'm going to click on one of the first 3 that I see, right? I'm not going to go dive deep into pages and stuff like that. So you want your website to be as high up as you can possibly have. I'm sure you already know that, but I just wanted to clarify just in case. If we hop over here, we can see the keywords you're ranking for is mostly your business name. And this is bad sign, right? Because people would be finding you and calling you anyways if they're looking up your business name. Sentry Roofing, Lawton, Oklahoma, Sentry Roofing companies in Lawton, Oklahoma. Your best keyword. It is only a 10 volume, so it only gets searched 10 times a month. You're getting 0 of those people because you're on the second page on Google. Superior Roofing, Lawton, Oklahoma. You know, that's another business name probably, and you're not getting any of those, obviously. So all the traffic that you're getting, you would be getting anyways, not from your website. You would just be getting it from them clicking your phone, finding your phone number, and calling you anyways. Now, if we hop over to David Fry's Roofing, this is very, very different. As we can see, they have 12 organic keywords, not a ton more than you, but the quality of their keywords is a lot because you can see they have 107 people going to their website every single month. And most of them are not their brand name. In fact, like none of them are. So this is a whole 107 traffic that you could be adding onto yours because it's not business name tied. As we can see, excuse me, Roofing Norman, Oklahoma gets searched 200 times a month. They get 29 of those people on their website every single month because they're on the 3rd position. Roof Repair Norman, Oklahoma, 150 times it gets searched online a month. They're getting 20 of those people because they're on the 3rd position. And the list just goes on to making about 107 clicks on their website every single month. And a certain number of these, depending what your conversion rate is on your website and all that, I don't know that because I can't delve deep into like exactly conversion rates without having access, of course. But it usually is a pretty high conversion rate, especially on a good website like this where the phone numbers are right there. So you would be getting a lot more calls every single month if you could add this 107. And again, sky's the limit. This is just one area, right? If you do this on Lawton and Norman and Oklahoma City, eventually the whole metro, you'd be getting a ton of calls every single month. So, Zach, the first thing I would do is just take these keywords. Again, split up your homepage. That's the first thing I would do, split up the homepage to one or the other. And then, depending which page it is, I would take like these kind of keywords like roofing, Norman, Oklahoma, exact keyword. Now, don't stuff these, don't throw them everywhere, but just pick like 2 or 3 of them and naturally put them in your content, which is in your words on your website. Just type them out, and you'll 100% start being found for these things on Google. Now, Zach, before I bore you to death, I'm just going to do something a little bit different. I typed in one of these keywords and we're going to pretend we are a customer, okay? So if we scroll down, the first section we see is the ad section. Now, we know a lot of people, have a lot of trouble with the ads because you can spend a lot of money and get a lot of trashy leads this way. It's like Angie's List or Yelp or anything like that. Any of these lead providers or ad services is usually you're getting the scrappier leads, right? And the truth is only 10 to 20% of all clicks for roofing end up going to the ad section. The rest end up going down. And the truth is, as we scroll down, this brings me to the map pack, and this gets 40 to 60% of all the clicks on Google. And then the rest of about 30-ish percent, 20 to 30%, end up going for this organic section right here. So right now, for the second portion of this video, I want to focus on this map pack because this is one of the best places to be because they immediately see, right, the 5 stars on Google, your reviews, all this data about, a lot of people end up clicking on this and either going to your website or else they end up clicking the call button and calling you directly, right? So enough about the talking about that. How do you actually get up here? So the truth is that Google uses what we call the NAP or the NAP. This is what we call the name, the address, and the phone number, which again is called the NAP. And this is how Google verifies your local listing online. So what they're doing is they're sending their bots, okay, across all of these citations. You might know them as directories like the BBB, Yelp, Bing, Angie's List, you don't have to pay for all of these. You can just list your business for free on these directories. There's hundreds of them, and you want to have more of these directories than your competition has and have your name, address, and phone number exactly the same across all of them so Google starts trusting you more and putting you higher in the map pack. And the truth is, listen to this. The truth is that reviews, you might think those are the number one factor. And a lot of lazy marketers, I'll just be honest, a lot of lazy marketers say that's the only factor to it. But you can see it right here. This Legends Roofing Contractor Norman Roofer, that is the weirdest name I've ever seen in my life. But they're ranking higher on this map pack and getting a lot of calls from it simply because they have their citations dialed in. Why do I know that? Because they have 53 on a 5.0 rating, right? 5-star rating. They have 53 reviews. While this company right here, I can't even pronounce that. They have 106 of those 5-star reviews, and they are lower than them. This is simply because, again, the NAP, the NAP, the citations, and the directories that they're getting pointing to their website. All right, Zach. So hopefully you can see by now that getting you to the top on Google and getting more calls every single month, it's not magic as it may seem a lot of times. Tech stuff gets in the weeds. I understand, it's not fun to deal with all the time. But you can use this simple strategy to get you higher in the map pack and get you higher on Google in general, especially splitting up this homepage and getting those citations dialed in. You will 100% start dominating across Google hands down. So now I bet you're wondering, well, what now, Micah? Well, the truth is, Zach, you can either take this information I provided you today and do this on your own. Dude, I'm totally cool with that. However, if you want the most fast and effective route and to save yourself the time of doing it all, you can shoot me a quick call at 918-260-1694. Again, Zach, my name is Micah Collins, and that's 918-260-1694. I look forward to hearing from you, and I hope you have a good one.